Alright you lot, welcome back. I think it's time to finally address something that I'm sure at least some of you will have been thinking since I did the last Calm charity stream. The first Calm charity stream, in fact. We did one earlier this week and we've already raised well over £2,000, which is incredible and amazing. But, I can't help but feel that that stream really highlights just how not good at kit bashing I actually am. Because you know I love kit bashing, you know I love it, it's my favourite thing to do with the hobby, and yet I fear I exposed myself quite badly when it came to that stream and trying to turn the glotkin into a horrendous tree monster. And we're just going to go into that a little bit in a moment, but for kit bashing, something that is super useful is being able to buy models new on sprue. And luckily, today's sponsor MiniSwap allows you to do just that. Oh, how smooth was that? So, this is MiniSwap. It's an online marketplace set up by hobbyists that allow you to safely sell and buy second-hand miniatures. So if you've got a pile of potential that you want to shrink down, or a pile of potential that simply is not big enough, MiniSwap is the place to go. Now, as we're talking about kit bashing, as I said, new on sprue is super useful. If there's certain things from different boxes that you really want to buy, but you don't want the full box, you just want one model, that's the way forward. And as you can see right here, there is a huge variety of new on sprue models for 40k on MiniSwap. Buying new on sprue is perfect for buying new miniatures without spending as much as you would on the full box. The fact is, when it comes without the box, it's usually cheaper than going straight to Games Workshop. And quite often, it can end up being cheaper than going to a third-party retailer as well. And if you're looking to kit bash the perfect squad together, or just make a really fancy HQ, or perhaps put together some sort of diorama, new on sprue is just such a good way to do it. It's not just 40k either. MiniSwap has got a growing Age of Sigmar new on sprue section. Oh, I've just noticed something that I actually want. I genuinely need the Shards of Valgar for a D&D thing that I've got planned for my next campaign. So I need to wrap this up so I can go and buy that. If you use my link to head over to MiniSwap right now, you will get 0% seller commissions for the first 90 days after sign up, and you get free shipping on the first order. Thank you very much to MiniSwap for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. So here's the truth about kit bashing, right? Here's the thing, and I think everyone struggles with this in some way. There is a point when kit bashing that what you're doing looks kind of bad. It looks like it's a mess, or it's going to end up being a mess no matter what you do. We reached that stage in the stream, and the glotkin, it looks like a nightmare right now. There are holes all over it because I've deliberately not put the model together properly. Shock horror. There's parts that I just didn't fit because I thought they would get in the way of what I wanted to do, which is create a sort of big, horrible, rotten tree spirit sort of thing. The glotkin's a perfect base for that because it's already pretty gross being a Nurgle miniature, but it's also big enough that you can wedge some full-on trees from the Wildwood set into it if you are careful and know what you're doing. I mean, part of the issue with how I go about kit bashing quite often is that I'm not careful, and quite often I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just think, that would be cool. How do I make that happen as quickly as possible? And that's very much on display when it comes to this particular kit bash so far. See, this is where I think we just do it. We just do it. I'm not here to piss around, alright? I'm here to make something horrible. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh, it's not a fan. I can feel it doing interesting things. If you're thinking to yourself, there's no way that this is how you normally kit bash stuff, you're only doing this because it's on stream, I think you'll find this is exactly how I normally kit bash stuff. This is exactly how I do it. I'm not doing anything differently for you lot. Okay, now I just snap it. Oh, that was satisfying. Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. We've only gone and done it. We've only gone and done it. There we go. There we go. We've got the first tree. The first tree. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that. That's a great start. Look at that. Obviously, it'll be a bit fragile, but once we've got a bit of texture paint, we've packed it out with a few things here and there. it'll be way more solid. The fact is, sometimes you simply have to take a pair of snips to a partially assembled model and get butchering. There's no other way to do it. There's no other way. You don't know whether something's going to fit until you test it. And admittedly, I could have done a bit of measuring or maybe tried to work it out beforehand, but that's not in the spirit of exploration. And for me, if anything, kit bashing is something of an exploration, because nothing I ever start ends up exactly how I think it might go. Like, I might have an idea as to what I'm aiming for, but I never have a finished product in mind, not least because I can't picture things in my head, so that makes things considerably more difficult. But I have a vibe, I have a general aim, I have a goal, and it's to create something of a certain style. Everything in between is basically going, will that fit? Dunno. Let's find out. What do I think this is going to look like when it's finished? Fuck knows. I don't know. I've no idea. I would love to say I have a clear vision for this. I don't. I'm just sticking trees to a glotkin. I'm sticking trees to a glotkin until it looks the way I want it to look. To be honest, with this glotkin, I'm already thinking that what I initially aimed for was maybe far too tame compared to what I could do with it, which is partially why I went a bit crazy right towards the end of the stream when it came to putting another tree on it. Right, now I'm going to get a bit of the old UV resin on the go. Just make sure that tree is going nowhere. Just check the torch is charged. It is. Good. That's the lad so far. He's got a tree growing out of where one arm would be. He's got another massive tree growing out of the top of him. It's janky as hell, but we knew that it would be janky. We knew it would be janky. I mean, we left massive gaps in the model to be able to ram trees into it. I'm really happy with that as a start. What I'm thinking is we might... I might see if I can get hold of some parts to have like a gibbet or something hanging down from there. Maybe have a skeleton hung from it. I'd break open the Skeleton Warriors box for that. I'd totally do that. So we've got a few things that we need to sort out. We need to sort out the weapon in the arm there. I'm thinking we go with the hammer idea, but we make it all like wrapped up in vines and stuff. That'd be pretty sick. Obviously, there's not going to be another arm. There won't be another arm. That is what that is now. That arm is just there. It's just a tree. That is going to be super easy to fill. That's going to be dead easy. We won't have a problem with that. This might be a bit trickier, but I was wondering whether we use some of the smaller horns and stuff to grow out of there, almost providing the root for the tree. I'm also seriously considering cutting up the third tree and having a bit of it growing, like the very end of it, growing out of here, because that could be pretty cool. For the face, I'm thinking we fill it full of skulls. I'm thinking skulls. Loads of skulls. That's the current plan, I think. This is why I say I'm maybe not good at kit bashing. Not in a conventional sense. I don't plan things out terribly well. I don't dry fit particularly well. Quite often I will make extremely... what's the word? Courageous decisions when it comes to what to just cut out of a expensive model. But you know what? 9 times out of 10, it works out in the end. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm setting out to make a monstrosity, what I'll end up with at the end of it is a monstrosity. So, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not actually being that good a kit basher. I'm okay with not planning it out probably as well as I should, because most of the time, I end up with something that I quite like at the end of it anyway. Thank you once again to MiniSwap for sponsoring the video. Again, use the link in the description and the pinned comment to go and check them out. And there will be another build stream on the 9th at 7:30 PM GMT, all in aid of Calm, the campaign against living miserably. So join me for that, and hopefully see this ugly Swiss cheese looking piece of grey plastic turn into something nightmarish and horrible, because that's what we do, apparently. I don't know why I chose that for this specific set of streams, but I did. It'll be fine.